Welcome back to the adventures of King Chinston the Great Bear Wurchill of Anglaland. That is, I think, you know what, all things considered, that first episode, I can say that I'm pretty happy with that just because of that alone. So today, we are gonna aim to have launched the invasion over into Britannia. I don't want to spend too long building up our resources because we're kind of limited in the fact that, you know, like I said yesterday, we can't expand too much, otherwise we'll lose the ability to actually go to Britannia, but we also can't go too early because we're not going to have the troops to fight them, bearing in mind that this is still technically a Roman-controlled province right now. 4,400 men. We do get event-spawn troops. We also get some other little stuff as well. I'm trying not to spoil it. I do know what happens, but I'm trying not to spoil it too much for those of you who like the mystery. It's not going to be much of a mystery. We're going to get on some boats and go over there. It's not, I mean, it's not going to be anything revolutionary, let's put it that way. So, besides that, what were we limited by again? It was like, so in the base mod, it's a realm size of less than 10, but I wanted to play as the King of Anglaland for obvious reasons. So this time it's round size less than 15. We start with a round size of 12, so we can really only take like one province with a tribe and a temple. Oh, which one? Does that say the Temple of... Oh, I thought that said the Temple of Topbog. It says Top Thing instead, which is a pretty top thing. I think if we take... So round size, if we could take those two and still be safe, but we can't then take any other province with a temple, otherwise that would add +2 to our round size, obviously, because it's basically about the amount of holdings you've got, right? So, got to be very careful here. What about you down here? So he's only got 3 holdings, so we could take all of this and still be safe, as far as I know. Doesn't include the holding slots below it. And in fact, that would probably be more effective, because as we have been told with this new kind of unique government type here, that we're an agrarian society. So the more empty land we've got, perhaps a little bit more akin to nomads, the more empty land we've got, the larger our tribes can become. So I'm thinking... we probably want to try and take this guy out. Have I got raised troops? Right. Let's drop those. Get our retinues, get our housecarls down to the border there. And let's see. 720 men. We have 924 included in our retinue size. Oh, yikes. And then I assume it's the same as base game travel where you call in your allies. I can't see it, but I'll assume that's the case. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't panic. We'll be right. It would just say potential vassal troops on it. Potential vassal allied troops 597. We should be safe to go for this war. The question is, do we have any... can we subjugate him? Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay. Subjugation of this one. Or vassalization of... oh, that's just a province. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Vassalize one of his vassals? That's a cool little system. So if we did only want to expand that one province, we could just snatch up, like, this random province here. Now, what I'm really looking for is this one, because this one has the 2 empty holding slots, which I guess gives us some sort of measurable bonus. Okay. He's also got crap... commanding, martial skill, if you want to prefer to call it that. He's got a... I mean, this guy, one of his commanders has 2 marshals, so I think this is probably going to be quite an easy fight. Now, again, we are part of the Wolf Warriors, which I'm looking forward to getting to the high levels of. Right now, we've got access to Lodge Commanders, which gives us a very, very powerful one-sided advantage as well. Who else are part of the Wolf Warriors? Every Germanic man and his mother. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it too much. We'll cross that hurdle later on. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it and just kind of hope that... and how many vassal allied troops do we have? 156. Pull our troops back from the border. A son? Thrithu wall Chinston Sanu. Okay. He's agile. Oh, sorry, nimble. He's nimble. The backbone of surprise is fusing speed with secrecy, said Clawswitz. Okay, thank you. Martial and intrigue there. Personal combat skill +10, also obviously quite good. Hey, that's not bad. That's okay for an heir to obviously have that. Is it elective? Oh, it is elective Gavelkind. Man, that's even better. So if we get a better son, we just say, you know, yeet him, but hit him coming in as our baseline son there. That's pretty good. I think we will call you the mighty Kavid Dameron. Like no relation to the garbage Star Wars pilot. Okay, welcome. Kavid Dameron. That's incredible. And then we're going to train you in struggle because he's already got that martial bonus from nimble and the personal combat as well. Makes some sense that we would push him down a more martial focused route. The only issue with this then becomes... I am playing with our education mod. For those of you who haven't seen this before, I'll explain it just in case you've got new people join us this series. I'm playing with my own education mod, which makes it so that we can only pick one of the educations, just to add a bit of difficulty to the game, really. We can only pick one of these education per children, otherwise our resources will run too thin. So, now that we're training this kid in struggle, if we get a kid later on who is strong, like our character and in theory his mother would be, it would be a real shame. But hey, that kid's pretty decent. Let's assign ourselves as a guardian to him as well before I forget and give him the best chance possible. Right, so along with that, let's put back a little bit then. Is this province, straight crossing? Oh, straight crossing over to Denmark. Right, okay, so don't worry about that then. Well, I shouldn't call it Denmark yet, should I? But you kind of get it. All right, let's set a rally point here then, just because that's given us a nice buffer away from there. Actually, no, I think this one will be fine. Ekbek. This one is much better. So let's set ourselves there, and then we should be safe to go for this war. I think it's going to be a pretty easy conflict. But I'm being slightly overcautious, I will admit. We don't want to have spent last episode getting all that money for all of those raids, only to lose it again immediately. So subjugation, 2,000 prestige. 2,000 prestige? We could just conquest him, I guess. Oh, no, we can't even conquest him. 5,000 prestige? To conquest? Holy shit. Okay, never mind then. Forget I said anything. So what are we expected to do to expand our borders? We just have to be, like, incredibly... I guess we're not really interested in expanding our borders. Okay. Wow, that's really strange. Have we got any cast spell against this guy instead? Just got raids, and the council even then will say no, because they're morons. Vassalization, conquesting, yeah, we can't do anything. Forget I said anything. Alright, damn, that makes things a little bit harder, huh? Can't fabricate claims, I assume? No, of course not. Yeah, wow. Okay, never mind. So what I'm going to do then is we'll focus on the actual raiding side of things, because we know we can do that. There is also the opportunity to declare war. So we go for, like, Jutland here. We could declare war on these guys and actually go for a raid against them. And I imagine as they are one of the larger Germanic kingdoms on the peninsula, we might be able to get something... I don't know, we might be able to get a decent amount of gold out of this. 135 gold. That's pretty good. We do have to defeat them in war, and I imagine they're probably a fair amount stronger than us. Oh, well, they are ridiculously powerful compared to us. We're looking at almost 4,000 troops. Okay, what about these guys next door then? I'm just looking for anyone who would be a good inroad to start building ourselves up as quickly as possible. 36 gold, people say no. Oh, why are you making it so difficult? Now the bloody council's causing us issues. 54 gold, we get 100 prestige, and that will in turn take us even closer to being able to subjugate people. Alright, let's go for it then. Let's see what we're looking at here. 619 plus another 408, so we are slightly stronger than him, but it is going to be a fairly close battle, I think. We're getting some gold out of it, that's the important thing. Of course, retinues, I'm going to view them as semi-expendable. You know, they're made of prestige, and prestige, we're already capped on a retinue limit, they're kind of crap, so I'm more than happy to kind of throw them away and then rebuild them as necessary with the prestige we get actually from the wars. Gold is what we want, and we're essentially, this system will allow us to convert prestige into gold, so that seems like a fairly good system to me. Call in our allies, all 2 of them, and then let's see what damage we can do here. Let's see if we can cut them off very quickly. There we are, and that is it's just marshes. Militians attack gives 25%, warriors attack. It's not that bad. Yeah, that's okay. Let's roll with it. 620, we outnumber them anyway. We've got an incredibly good center compared to their... I mean, he's put a guy with 0 martial on his command. For God's sake. Honestly, the AI in this game blows my mind sometimes. There we go. That was a fairly easy conflict there, and this should be very straightforward. Nice work. Oh, we can duel him as well. We can duel Bjorthrina. Okay, let's do it. I've been itching for a fight. Kill him dead. We want the prestige. We want the duel experience. Apologize if there is some weirdness with the sound as well. They've replaced almost all of the... I won't say almost all, but a large proportion of the base game CK2 sounds. And they're kind of a little bit all over the place in terms of volume. I'll try and do the best I can with balancing during the edit. But certain situations like that's not too bad. But when we got into that battle, it was booming, at least through my headphones. So I apologize if sometimes things are slightly loud. It's just the design choice of the mods on this one. There we go. Very nice. I love being able to play on speed fiddle and just immediately blitz things down. Boom. There we go. Okay. And the conversion of, where exactly? You sound a bit... Oh, okay, they've just converted, I assume, from Hellenic then to Christian. Not really too concerned about that one. Does it say? Doesn't say what they were before. It just says, forsaking their old pagan gods. And bear in mind, this was all old Hellenic lands anyway, so you'll assume that's the case. Okay, fair enough. That's an okay start, 384. I honestly genuinely think it might be quicker just to send out some people on some boats and burn things down. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm not going to point out everything that happens in every single raid, because we're going to need to raid for quite a lot to be able to afford the troops necessary to attack the UK. Or Britannia at this stage, I guess. Yeah, let's just do a quick blitz through of some raids then, get some cash in, and then let's head out. Hey, the morning is the bringer of good news. My wife, Ain, thinks she's with child. I know how you're supposed to pronounce that now, as I told over Discord. Still not going to do it. Excellent. Great news. So what I've done is I flipped us over to the business focus. I don't know if we have the ability to debase them in. So it looks as if they're going for a little bit of historical accuracy with this one. So that might not be possible. However, I've gone for groom and heir to make up for the fact that we're, not picking family folks or seduction folks instead. Off to the dungeons. We want the prestige here. I thought I'd go for a quick raid of the neighbours, just see how much gold they've got kicking around. Oh, God. Lose a gold. Wow, my God. The treasury cannot bear such expense. There we go. 4.83 gold. Not worth it, is it? Let's head overseas. Sun. Nice. Cater. Sater. Satan, Sater, Chinson, I can never get over his name, Chinston. Okay, what is that? And that's, Shrewd, right? Added by, oh, that's my trait. Okay, smart, that's pretty good. +2 to everything is quite good. The issue is he is sickly, so don't really put your eggs into the Sater basket, that classic expression. What are we going to call you? That's the important thing. How about Borden Grown? Borden Grown. Born and grown Wurchill. That does sound like it could be a convincing Germanic name, or not at all. Fruthiger, you must attempt to save my born and ground. Fucking hell, these names. Thought we'd give these Roman forts a go, but really they're not bringing in too much cash either, and that was going by the economy map mode, even one of the slightly better provinces. London, obviously, being one of the more rich provinces, but it's really nowhere that's open to raiding that has a lot of cash. We are starting in one of the earliest start dates, so I suppose as we go through more and more, they will hopefully bring some economy into things. But right now, yeah, we're very limited in what sort of raiding we can do here. Ah, very nice. Good, the +2 axe. I was going to say, I wonder what sort of artifacts are present in the world right now. +2 axe is a nice start. The personal combat skill and obviously the martial bonuses is probably more relevant. Let's take a look. Who is this guy? Dominus, the eternal Roman man? Immortal and incapable, 415. Who are you? I'm going to assume he doesn't have it. As far as I recall, there isn't any historically proven 415-year-old Roman immortal man. That's weird. Who is this guy? Is there anyone else? Not really. We got some really old kings and theologians there, but nothing relevant. Okay, I'm going to type in artifacts. I'm going to see what we can dig up here. So there are clearly some unique artifacts. Oh, so you got your base game. Can all... Oh, you have to be Norse still to equip it. That sucks. Okay, I was going to say maybe they've just made it generic Germanic faith. Obviously, we have that one. So, oh no, are all the Norse artifacts are limited to just Norse characters? Because that could make our life very difficult. Because I can't imagine there are going to be too many non-Norse artifacts in that case. Just sort of generic Germanic artifacts. What about you? What have you got? Foot of Great Hero. Oh, God. Maybe we should get an artifact mod then. That would make a lot of sense. It would also be kind of thematically appropriate. Hand of a Great Hero. Yeah, there are no Germanic-looking artifacts then. That's a bit of a shame. Rare artifact. Let's try that one instead. There's only a couple. This guy must have, like, Mjolnir or something. Let's take a look. Yeah, Mjolnir. And we can't equip that. That's a real shame. That's so annoying. Okay, never mind. Send these boats home. 64 more gold onto our journey. We don't need a fancy hammer with some almost real but kind of not real gods that are definitely our religion but absolutely not at all, so that's why we can't equip it. We're not bothered by that. We're just going to make our own kingdom. Plain Wan Idikun, another daughter. At least, hey, look, we're getting plenty of daughters that we can marry off and try and get ourselves some alliances potentially to maybe help us out invade with the UK, but I doubt they'll do it because they don't really have the boats to follow it through. Oh, we can rank up finally. Oh, we also have a Land. Okay, we're going to have a look at that one in a second. Request to rank up. Let's see what they've got for us. Take that blade and send you back to the Lord with it. That's a heavy blade. Oh, shit. Think we went a bit too greedy with that one, huh? Okay. So we got a fancy sword as well. That's not going to be as good as our +2 axe, surely. No way. Heavy mud blade. Oh, leading the center +10% though. Hang on. Personal combat skill +10. Trade to martial for +10% on the center. I'm not sure about the maths behind it, but it seems, honestly, a step in the right direction. Personal combat skill is better, and we also get some prestige from this one as well. Fine. Some of that fancy forged Roman steel. We'll take it. Why not? Okay, the Gregorian chanting there on the screen really got me. So where are holy sites? And that's the real question. So, Dover, and that's the only one I recognize. I have no idea where the place. Oh, so we've got one in Denmark there as well, by the looks of it. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's one right there. I'm thinking we should probably grab some of these before we head off, but I'm not entirely sure if we have to sort of, like, forsake all of our lands when we move over to England instead. Or what is going to be England. If so, we probably want to come back, do a reverse, to pull a reverse Viking on them and take Scandinavia as England instead. That might make more sense. Where were the others? They were more down towards the... Oh, man. Okay, so they're down sort of the... They're down the coast, and then we've also got down into Germany as well, down in Saxony. Man, this is going to be tricky. Because this is like deep Roman territory we're getting to over here, so I don't really want to fight these guys too much. Hey, you know what? That's the point of the campaign, though. I was thinking maybe we want to go for a reformation early on, but it's not going to happen, is it? Let's be honest. I think I've accidentally uncovered a really good little strategy here for bringing in a load of commanders. So obviously when you get into battles normally, also apparently taking prisoners, when you get into battles normally, you have the option to bring commanders into your court. Now, we're a little bit limited in what we can do with that, bearing in mind that this has a very similar system to the Game of Thrones world, whereby, let's say, for example, we invite a priest to our court. Actually, who's our worst counselor? And we'll invite a better version of those. So let's say we invite a new steward to court, right? It then goes on cooldown. You can't just do what we do in the base game and invite 1,000 people to your court all at once. Also costs... I can only see that's a flat amount of gold. Maybe that's a minimum. Bear in mind our monthly balance is a bit gash right now. But what we're doing is we're getting into all of these battlefield conflicts, and then it's bringing up the event that's like, oh, we can spend some money on tech points, or we can get ourselves a commander. Seeing as the only other way for us to really get reliable commanders like that is via the is via the society. This might not be too bad for us. Do they actually become commanders, or do I have to? They just join our court and I have to name the commanders afterwards? Oh yeah, almost certainly. There we are. Woofer and my friend Ethelhund. We should probably also assign them, shouldn't we? And my other good man, Ealfrith. They're actually pretty good. They're much better than the guys we had anyway. So that's quite a nice little thing there. And then again, capturing people in battle, being able to ransom them out. And all I'm doing is running along our border doing this. You can see where they've got troops raised. So this could be a really, really nice way to just bring a little bit of extra cash frail. Why is he... He's clearly got a big old muscle there, though. I say big old. Yeah, gigantic muscle. Sefugal. Okay. Obviously, we're going to call you... What about Karami Jorbin? Karami Jorbin, welcome. Here we go. If we were a richer nation, this would be a very, very good way just to very quickly scum up a little extra tech. But yeah, I mean, getting these commanders on board. This guy, incredibly good. Direct leader. So if we ourselves got ill or if we're away on an adventure like one of the Bloodline events, this could be very useful. Fine, bring them on board. And then also, the amount of prisoners we're getting out of this is unreal. I think this could be the best moneymaker we've got. Look at this. Good old prison full of people. There's plenty of troops there. Patient or Wrath. Oh, nice. I think we've got to go for Wrath, haven't we? Another +2 martial on top of everything we've got. Let him rot. Let him rot. We'll ransom all of these guys out later on. And that's all I'm doing is just bouncing between provinces, taking prisoners, and then we'll be able to ransom them all back out. John Burko. No, John... Fuck. Not at all. That's not... It's the original Germanic name. Bon Jerko. Welcome. So he's our... Oh, he's like 4th in line. I should really start educating some of these other kids, huh? So our second born, the smart kid actually might end up being better at this stage. So I think we'll train him in thrift just for the best traits. And we'll also educate him personally just because he has, you know, the highest chance of being elected along with the other kid who's agile. And then who else have we got? Yeah, we've got... Karami Jorbin, absolutely not in the running, I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, it actually hasn't worked. That might be a blessing in disguise, given that people have been saying this is extremely difficult. So, I'm fine with that. Oh, man, they've broken my education. That's a shame. Okay, fine. You know what? Everybody on Struggle then. Bollocks. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have trained Borden in bloody thrift instead. Oh well. So we've got just an arseload of prisons now. I've just been going province. No, let them rot. Not going to bother with that one. So anywhere that we've basically not attacked before, like the sub-vassals, I've just been gunning them down. So this one might be a bit more risky, but we'll go for it. Thank you. And then Swana Hilda, the wife of King this man of Northumberland, has been... Okay, yeah, so we can just write to him, become friends, sign a non-aggression pact, and he's not for it. Is he my vassal? Oh, he's the guy that we raided. That's understandable, really, that he wouldn't be down for that. And more prisoners. This is so good. This is going to bring in way much more money than... And we're getting the duel experience as well, by the way. Up to 112 personal combat at this stage. Why are the battles so loud? My god. Okay. Let's pull our troops out there and let them recharge for a little bit. Bear in mind he's using our levy size as well. I imagine these people might want to get a bit of bloody vengeance or something. Thank you very much. Oh, we're old? Shit, we're 50. 50 being old. We need to be careful then. We need to be careful not to spend too much time doing, you know, random Germanic things and actually not carving out an empire. Do we actually need to worry about our retinue as well? No, it's still at the cap. So even after all of that, this is just going to recharge back up to the retinue cap again, which is nice to see. Ransom them all out. Let's make some money, boys. 715 gold. I can't believe I've already found a strategy that works. Holy shit. And that was just the first wave, and we've got so many more that we might be able to do things with here. Not only that, we've got an incredible amount of commanders from that too. Like, good commanders. Look at this, 20. This is what we're going to need if we want to stick it to the man. And by man, I mean innocent Britannic peasants. Right, let's see what else we got. There we go. Look at that for an upgrade, though. Good commanders. We've gone from them being on average like 7 skill up to an average of around, what, 17 there? Very nice. Okay, good job, team. Let's see what we've got to do. Just our final little... Now, I'm really hoping that when I hire these troops, they don't just disappear, because that one sucked. Trashy the Money Pincher, of course. Master of the Horse. What is it? Last series again. Master of the Hounds. We get Freylaf and then Cupbearer. I just want to make sure everything's good and polished and ready to go. I care about a lot of these, to be honest. You could be a champion and fucking court chooser. Get out of here. Okay. And create the High Lordship of Gerderheimer, which I'm not too interested in, seeing as I think when we leave, like I said, we lose everything anyway. We migrate to Gaul or Britannia. Obviously, we're going to go for Britannia, right? Begin preparations for the migration. And then we get, I assume... So, as far as I recall, we get event spawn troops. But then we lose our king. We become just like a host, essentially. So, we've got to be ready to go. We've got 1,048 gold. We've got other mercenaries. The mercenaries are good and ready to go, so we can hire them. We've got not quite enough money for every mercenary, but a good amount. And then, of course, zealots as well on top of that. Our armies, let's give them a little bit longer to reinforce. Let's make sure we're going in with every troop possible here. And he just spawned in Raiders. Hey, nice. Anglish. That's so good. Honestly thought I just said Anglish. Hail, veteran. While we're at the Wolf Warriors, appreciate a good brawl. You should also understand there is time for fighting and join oneself in the company of brothers and sisters battle. Would it kill you to organize a feast or two? Really? Focus on carousing. No, we're going to cancel that one because I'm not interested in your, even though business, like I thought, might not actually do anything for us right now. So, might have been a complete waste of time there. Okay, get these guys together. Stop them as raiders because we actually might want to get some war score. Oh, those guys are... We can... there's a way to bring them back under. So, if we sort of rearrange it a little bit under the retinue, and then I think we can untick them. There we go. So, now they are raiders, but not raiders, if that makes sense. How much longer have we got to reinforce up to? Oh, we're basically done. What about our domain troops? Also basically done. Let's go for it. Let's go. This could be a horrible mistake, but I think it's time. Let's also... What are you doing? Steal from Liege. Get out of here with that shit. End your plot. Okay. So, that being said, migrate to Britannia button is pressed. No going back now. Preparations for our migration across the sea have begun, as our people pack up their livestock and belongings and gather near the fleet of ships we have constructed for the migration. Some of our tribesmen have chosen to stay behind in our homeland. The majority of what remains of the Anglo nation now prepares to cross the German Sea and make our new home in Britannia. It's for the good of our people. I certainly hope so, because I don't know that we're prepared enough still, but hey, we didn't really have much of a choice on that one, Chief. The migration of the Angles. Struggling from the efforts of past migrations and pressure from the ascendant Danes, the last of the Angles in their homeland on the continent have decided to leave their homeland and forever join their brethren in Britannia. Under the leadership of their king Chinston Wurchel of Anglaland, the Anglo nation is now sailing across the German Sea, determined to find a home in Britannia as the Danes take over their former kingdom. Fucking Danes. The British Kingdom of the Midlands must now keep guard as the Angles seek land to settle on and throughout the realm of the Wurchels may for now remains, although the realm of the Wurchels may now remain small. The old prestige and ambition means that it may not stay so. The old prestige and ambition of their people. Oh, okay. Onwards to a new Anglia. We abandon Angeln in exchange for Norfolk and Suffolk. I know what you're thinking. That's a bad deal, Chief. What do we do now, then? Oh, I think when we get there, it starts off with just a war. Oh, we haven't got any boats? Fuck. And none of the mercenaries have... Oh, they've got 5. Hang on. No, look at this. The Valacrian oarsmen. Thank you. Send me some men. I need all of what you can offer. Where are they spawning in? Oh my god, they're spawning in over on England. That's so good. I should have maybe got those oarsmen to bring these people over. I can't even disband them either. Why? Because we got weird subunits and whatnot. Hang on. I'm going to have to do a bit of management here. Get out of here. Raiders over on that one. Let's split them. Let's see if we can disband them that way. Just won't let me disband. Oh, that's okay. I didn't want to disband those guys anyway. So I assume now we're just going to be dragged into a war. Given where our troops have spawned in, I think that it's implied that we've just landed on Maxima Caesariensis, which is exactly how that's pronounced. He's in Nazgul. Oh, he's a brother of Miss. 29 Marshall versus 29 Marshall. Roman versus Anglo-Saxon. This is going to be very tricky. I don't know if I've got it in me here. Invasion of Holland. Having crossed the German Sea, we've chosen the Britain province of Holland as our target. Have we? Fuck. Holland? Our new Anglo's coming. What are you talking about? Where is this? Holland? Oh, okay. Here, not Holland. Oh, it's a different Holland. I was gonna say. Oh, that's all right then. Nothing to worry about. Hey. 6,000 events more troops. This is big. We're essentially setting up the... we're essentially going for Jorvik, right? A few hundred years early. Right, get them up here. Get our troops together. This is a big army. And what are we looking at in terms of... Monthly balance is okay. I don't think they've taken... There we go. Minus 43 per month. Mercenaries, turns out, very expensive. We need to speed run this. Is this an invasion? Oh, it's just a claim on the province of Holland? Oh, that's trash. We might have a slight problem here, team, in that we're only going to end up with a single... Would you fuck off? Good God. We're only going to end up with a single province. Okay, well, maybe after that, it'll give us like a kingdom level title or something. I'm not sure. Okay, let's burn through these retinues as soon as possible then. Oh, sorry, these mercenary bands. Because I'm not interested in paying the 40 whatever gold upkeep on these guys. That's ridiculous. Where's his capital? Let's send... So let's start heading towards the capital with these guys. We'll hit some important sites along the way. You are going to just throw your lives away. Lay your lives down for your king, because we actually can't afford you right now, thank you. There we go. This is going to be a fairly easy series of raids, I think, up to their capital. How many troops has he got? That's the important thing. So I was planning for the other guy. Many. Oh, God. Many. Wasn't prepared for that, I'll be honest. Shit. So maybe we don't siege down. Maybe we hunt down these troops. Oh, bollocks. He's got more men than us. This could be a real concern. Merge the army. And how long have we got them for? Like 5 months maximum. Oh, God. Find his men. We have to find and kill his armies. So I have a feeling they're probably up in that direction. Go for it. As long as his troops are dead, we can do as much pre-sieging as we really feel like, because we've got a big amount of event-spawn troops. We've got to be very careful. Oh, mount your head on my wall. Or rest now, brother. No. Mount his head on our wall. An army. Oh my god, okay, they're moving into a better position there. Still a river crossing, I assume? Major river crossing penalty. But I want to be able to catch them. We don't want these armies to start coming back together as a single unit. Okay, there we go. Nice work. Capturing prisoners is great news. Okay, go back over. Okay, there we are. Not fantastic. 36%. This is going to be really the war that will determine the rest of the series. Because I think if we fail now, we become an unlanded character. And then how we're supposed to carry on from that stage, your guess is as good as mine, Chief. Okay. Event-spawn troops disband. Oh, that was over in Anglaland, though, so we're not too worried about that one. Oh, the amount of prisoners we're getting, we might actually be able to pay off a little bit of this debt that we're going to start accruing. Okay. Now start heading up to his capital, then. Kill any other troops we see along the way. Can we get a spy master over here to help scope things out a little bit? Study technology. Oh, shit. We can study technology in his capital. Where are his men? There's no way in hell we've killed his entire army already. 72%. This may be a lot easier than I thought. Of course, we got ticking war score because we also control the goal. This is his capital here. We've got to be very careful about that. I'm going to assault it down because again, we want to kind of thin out some of these mercenaries, especially. There we go. Oh, lock him in chains and leave us. We was just there. Imprison him and everybody we can find. No. Lock him in chains. Chuck him in the dungeon. Keep the prisoners. I don't care about those guys. That's it. Well, that was easy. Fucking hell. Our armies have triumphed over the Britons. Very nice. And already our people are settling in Holland, mixing with... Where is that in real life? Oh, God, the whole country's fallen on its side. This is so difficult to try and catch barbarians. It's also a bit of a weird shape when you crane your head to look at it. Okay, very strange. Where is that? That's like just south of... Okay, I have no idea. Like East Midlands, so I don't know anything about the East Midlands. It's cursed land. Our people have successfully crossed the sea, and we've managed to establish our own kingdom in this new land. Becomes Anglo-Saxon. The capital becomes Anglo as well. That's nice to see that we're not just going to immediately be crushed by Christian uprisings or anything. Very cool. Government is changed to high tribal, so we've got to have a new government type as well. And there we are. We keep our event spawn troops, which is good. Probably not going to keep these mercenaries around for too long, though. The monthly cost is absolutely staggering, so I'm going to sack some of you guys if that's okay. Thank you for your service. I mean, we've still got 5,000... Oh, okay, now they're gone. We've got 2,000 event spawn troops left, or 2,000 just armies. What are they? Yeah, they're event spawned. Right, cool. And then we've apparently still got hired troops as well somewhere, so I'll get rid of those. There it goes. Goodbye, Angal. Taken by some smelly Dane. Unreal. We will take you back. Obviously, we do want to go back and take our holy sites at some stage as well. So we really stand no chance of reforming the Anglo-Saxon religion as an Anglo-Saxon character, weirdly enough, because all the holy sites are over back on Woden land. Although, oh, there's a couple. Oh no, wait. I've got their land selected. Hang on. Try that one. Those were Celtic sites. Yeah, there's promise of Dover, and then we've got... We're going to have to go back. We would just have to go back at some stage and take back our holy sites. This is a good start. Although I do feel a little bit like a very tiny, little, insignificant, stinky fish in a very big, civilized sea. So we've got to be very, very careful about how we do things here. Oh, we can study tech as well. Let's get Spy Master Clapper to go and clapper us some technology cheeks. Terrible. Build seal over here as well. And we'll just go full raid mode. I know I literally just said let's be careful, but... we might as well, because the amount of money that we can bring... Look, we've got 22 more prisoners, 61 gold. Doesn't seem like a huge amount, but I imagine a lot of these people are going to be coming from the same realm. There we go. Was that like 2 people we managed to get there? Successor nomination as well. Oh, David Dameron is actually coming out pretty well. 6 Marshal. And his longtime rival and worst boy, Borden Ground, is... coming out good at intrigue, weirdly enough. I do think David Dameron is getting my vote for the timing. So the question is then, what Casus Belli do we have against our friendly neighbours? We can vassalize them now, because we've got... Wait, vassalize their vassals. I want a conquest, ideally. And now we don't have... I thought it cost 2,000 prestige. Maybe that's just against our religious and culture groups. Right, cool. So we can just start conquesting willy-nilly now, as long as we've got... oh, that's it. We can just launch them. Can afford to lose 1,186 prestige. Holy shit. That's expensive. Friend? Is there maybe an ambition to become like King of Anglaland? Nothing. Oh, God. This sounds like it's going to be very expensive. What do we want to go for to start off with then? Kingdom of Icenia. So we've just got to take the fens. That's our first goal then. Take the fens, make ourselves a duke? High Kingdom of Britannia. That's got to be an empire level title. Surely, that's massive. And there are kingdoms within... There are many... It's got to be an empire level title. So hang on, that's a... This is going to be very confusing. So this is a regular kingdom, and then this is a duchy? And then below that is... Yeah, and then below that is your county, and then below that is your... Man, this is... just the minor change to the crowns has completely blown me away. Ian Dabbit. I welcome Ian Dabbit. You are also going to be training... I'll just make him etiquette so we can hopefully marry him off, get that diplomacy bonus. Right then, so... Yeah, no kingdom ambition, so we'll just go back to groom and heir for the time being. Might as well try and get some strong kids out of it. We've got very, very unlucky with that. And then the raiding begins. We're just going to raid forever for the rest of time until we can, you know, capture many prisoners. When we see armies like this just standing around, just gun for them. Take the commanders, take them prisoner, try and at least get some money out of them and alongside that. Right, merge them together. Let's also sort these troops out because this is a bit of a mess. There we go, you guys under there, and then mark them as raiders. Where did they go? They were here, right? Unfortunately, obviously, if we do that, we can't, we won't get actually money from that, but it might be worth it on occasion. Ooh, big money as well. Well, 14.43 gold is really not that big in terms of a raid. But you got to remember that we have plenty of neighbours worth raiding, so this seems a little bit more... It's a bit more prosperous than bringing a boat all the way over here, spending 6 months to get 14 gold, then sailing all the way back. Obviously, that's not so good. But when they're our immediate neighbour, it's a nice little improvement here. I think that we are extremely vulnerable, and I'm very scared. So as High Tribal, then, what do we get access to? Tribal Vassal Min Levy minus 20%. That's not very good. Tribal Build Cost modifier plus 0.9, so rather than plus 1. Step above Chaotic Tribalism of the more remote lands allows for the maintenance of temples and advanced settlements. Okay. We can hold Tribal Fort and Hospital. We can build Temple Tribal Fort and Hospital. Use Prestige to build Tribal Holdings, of course. Call Tribal and High Tribal Vassals to arms, so very similar to just your regular Tribal so far. Do not get Vassal tax from Tribal, obviously. We may grow Decadent if the religion allows it, but I mean, I'm going to assume that ours can't. Take up to 3 concubines. We do need another one. We've got a bit more of a delay on the capital movement. Can't grant kingdoms and empires to characters with a different government from a different group. Understandable, probably wouldn't do that anyway. Ignores religious differences when attempting to arrange a marriage or take a consort. Okay, that's cool. Very nice. Vassal opinion personal levies received a reduced modifier based on a combination of prestige, martial, and number of provinces in the realm. Receives a reduced modifier. Negative modifier, I assume? Based on a combination of prestige, martial, and number of provinces. Okay, fine. Can reform to feudal, sub-Roman, Brythonic, or Germanic government types. Right. So what the hell is a Germanic government then? Because we want to go for that. So we need fortified stone hill fort. We need holding type is castle, or holding type be castle. Need to be centralized, have all of the accounts of power abolished, basically. We must be... Oh, one of these must be true. We've already fulfilled that, right? So any neighboring province is part of another sub-Roman realm. So I think what that's trying to imply is that we're living, obviously, in very close proximity to all of these other civilized, inverted commas, realms. So we are going to obviously adopt their ways to some extent and try and unionize just as they have. Don't mention that to Thargrit Matcher, our daughter. She won't be very pleased. A bit of a display, isn't it? Sending 1,600. I mean, these are event spawn troops. These are our defense force. I feel like doing that just to try and make some money out of it would just end up getting clapped because I imagine they're much more technologically advanced. Yeah, they really are. Although we now have the same, because of course, I mean, this province will have had it. Okay. So we've got at least 1 point in everything now, which is quite a nice difference. Military advances, we've got a fair amount because, I mean, why have we got actually way more military tech then? I don't think we've gained it from any events. I certainly haven't been, whenever we get the commander thing, I've been saying join us on the front lines rather than giving them the money for the military tech. I'm not going to throw these guys away. We definitely need them. What we also need to do is bring these bloody retinues over somehow. There we go. We can disband them now. Thank God. Maybe it's because we were an unlanded ruler previously. Still only 400 retinue caps, so I'm just going to go for size rather than anything else. Merge these guys together. Are they free? Are they maintenance free? Court expenses domain. Yeah, they are. Very nice. Okay. So we don't have to actually pay any upkeep on those guys, which is quite good. It's just a little standing force then. 750 might actually keep them away. Oh, that's why it's so confusing. So look, we've got like the actual banners around the portraits are also slightly confusing. So if you saw this guy in the base game, I would assume he would actually be a count, but based on just his portrait frame there, he's actually a duke. And then the guy above him is a king, but then you know, obviously that looks slightly different to the king base game, but then the one above it looks more closer to the king base game one. So the ones with the banners are more close to an emperor than anything else. I suppose it's trying to represent obviously the Western Roman Empire being a proper emperor there. So, you know, you don't want to have like these random crappy high kings in the middle of nowhere also pretending to be empires, huh? kicking all these courtiers out of our court as well. We did make a decent amount of gold from that. You know, just from the fact that they're leaving behind all their gold as they leave. Oh, wait, is that my council members? Well, that's a bit silly. So if I click that button, then it can also fire our councillors. That's not very cash money. Okay. War sacrifice. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Oh, speaking of cash money, ransom 8 characters in our for $200 dues. So we want to start working towards that Germanic government type then. So I'm going to go for, what is it we needed? 5 layers of hill fort. 8 layers of hill fort? Do we need the fortified stone hill fort level 8 then? That would be expensive. Fortified stone hill fort. Oh, bollocks. Okay. So this is going to cost us a fortune. Bearing in mind that just to go from level 5 to level 6 is 243 gold. To get that 243 gold, we had to move heaven and earth. Quite literally, we've moved our entire people to a different part of the different part of Europe. So this is not going to come cheap. Especially, are these symbols from? They look like the ones from EU4 rather than the CK2 base game ones. Maybe I'm losing my mind. I'm not an expert on EU4. I'll be honest. Okay, this is going to take some time, I think. Let's get you on there as well, just in case we get a master builder or something like that. Try and build ourselves up as quickly as possible to compete. Besides that, we're going to leave it here for today. But congrats, that's the end of the series. You know, I did say that we would go and we would form England. There it is. We're there. We've moved from Angeln over to the glorious province of Holland, which we need to rename. If you've got any suggestions for a better name for the capital other than that incredibly confusing province name, let me know, because I'm up for anything, really. Thank you for watching. Thank you to the insane top tier level patrons for making the series possible in the first place. We are going to need some glorious Anglo-Saxon retainers for our new kingdom. If the patrons would like to start sending me some incredible names for Anglo-Saxon dukes / counts / lords, whatever the hell they are in this one, feel free to send them over. I'm also using the Rename Anyone mod, which allows me to very, very quickly also change their name around, give them custom titles, nicknames, whatever else. I was going to throw something together myself, but I found it on the workshop, so that saved me a little bit of time. So you can go butt wild on this time. If you want to give them a whole backstory and everything, I can implement that the best way I can. In the meantime, thank you to Alchemia, Anthony Gawley, Simon Kerato, At Moses, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Ben Hoffland, Chesty, Croesus, Donald, Dulan of Gondolin, Fakuna Vasquez, Frederick, Gogula, Sarik, Harry McGowan, Iguana Squad, James Shea, Jonah Waters, Justin Wallace, Kanan Carter, Michael Mullen, Muskratful, Norstress, Necrophilm, Palvis Presley, Rodin, Scott, Skaz, Smegmastain, Somnus, Shea, T-Bag Cruz, The One Ring, Tom Terror 18, Tyler Kendall, Tyler McClam, Vacuous Bacchus, Varagon, William Green, and Zassy7011 for their support the Insanity Lovers on Patreon. Thank you for making the channel possible in the first place. And a thank you as well goes out to Uwu Daddy, Astro, and in person, Andrew Walsh, Andrew Wilson, Anchor, Attila, Austin Taylor, Betsamus Max, Better Valerian, Black Double H, Blood for the Blood God, Buen Gun, Chris, Corgi Circus, Dapper Go, David Van Diepen, Daniel Pete, Don, Dunk207, Emerald Beam, Foosh, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, Genji Circa, Gothamo, Grey, Haji Dumar, I am Sagater, Irotha, Icy the Great, Jackson P, Jay Lara, Jacob Wolfie, Jason Sushu, Jose, Jibus Crust, Euron DeVries, Jessica Smith, Job's Lucky Sister, Jilly Vondel, Joseph Beer, Justin Plock, Justin Rules, Justin Walters, Lepus, Luan Thomas, Luke Wallace, Manuel Bosich, Mastolp, Monty, Mosi Sampson, My Name Isn't Dio, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Lindberg, Nick Noah Gallimore, Organized Confusion, Pan Samu, Panther Peyton Denisar, Russian Oligarch Billionaire, Ryan Hooper, Sam Keir, Shardul, Shari, Smirtworm, Smooth Octopus, Socrates, Super Nanny 089, Sweet Sea, Talar, Voodoo Mambo, Boy Prince Kibo, Will Wade, Wilson Atef, Wolfie, Yellowford, Yorkus, Zach, Zetlock, and CK2. Thank you all for your support.